Welcome to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason,
And I'm Max Mason.
and I am ready for another week.
It's good.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's been good. I told you a little bit ago we had an activity coming up, and I had to grill for it,
Yeah.
and it was at our house, and I don't have a grill,
Right.
so I got a cheap one, and we did corn and hot dogs, and it was and the corn was really good. So I was
Right.
like, oh, I gotta do this for everybody else because it was gone.
Yeah.
Whoever brought the corn didn't bring very much corn,
Oh, okay.
and so
Gotcha.
we've done that a couple times since then, and then somebody had a bunch of raw chicken that they. And so like, okay, we're going to cook this up. And so I did the chicken, and then I also did these vegan steaks.
Oh,
What is the name of them? I can't remember. It would be really good if I could remember the name of them because they're really, really good. And they're kind of
are they like the mushroomy ones, or
yeah,
is
yeah.
it meaty or something?
Yeah, that's it. That's
Okay.
it. We got so there's one Southwest style and a bunch of carne asada style, and I got them at Fry's, and they were like a third the price because they were clearance.
Yeah.
And so I was really nervous cooking them because I had no idea, never had them, and then they came out and they're like, "This isn't meat." It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Eat meaty.
Meaty.
MEATI.
Yeah. I've seen those around, but I've never tried them.
Oh, they are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're a little bit, I'd say expensive, except for there's like 2 in a pack, and they're super thick, and it's a lot of food. Like,
yeah.
You could do one. If you used it up in something, you could do one for one meal, one for another meal between the two of you.
Yeah.
And but we tried to cut it, and instead of cutting, you have to chop.
Really?
Yeah, funk, 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 funk. Because it is like it will chop, but if you cut it, it just tears weird and
weird.
But it shreds. It shreds like carne asada. It's so good. Anyway,
nice.
So then we were doing dinner tonight with everybody and missionaries and stuff, and so I got more chicken because I did good the last time. I was like, oh, so I got more, and it was all on clearance too.
Yeah. Nice.
half price, everything.
Yeah.
But it turned out I put oil on it so it wouldn't stick, and salt and pepper, and that's it. And it came out. I guess I just am not used to. It's propane too. It's like it's not like anything special, but it makes it just makes this amazing thing. It's like this world of discovery. So
yeah.
And this seems out of left field. Like you don't really need to hear about my dinner, except for it is semi-related to what I'm talking about.
Cool.
So, but
yeah,
just the discovery of how that works, and it just we used to go and see them cooking chicken at El Pollo Loco, and it always seemed to have this wildly great flavor that we're just, how do they do that? I don't know if they did anything different than what I did. Like salt, pepper, and on
bunch
flame.
Of fire. Yeah.
Fire, because it has a tangy flavor that comes like you've added something to it.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So I was like, I don't know how this turned out so good. And I was like, oh, complimenting the chef, complimenting himself. I'm like, no, I just really don't know how it works.
Yeah.
I've never done this. I don't know how it turned out good because I don't cook on a grill ever. So
right.
It's been an interesting journey.
Yeah. Cool.
Have you had any fun discoveries?
Yeah, kind of. So yesterday we went with Chloe's mom and her brother to the symphony here, the Oregon Symphony.
Okay.
Which is really cool because they always play at the Arlene Schnitzer hall,
Okay.
which is super super gorgeous. And
Oh,
I
cool.
always feel like sometimes I wonder like what it's like to have like watched symphonies back when they were premiering,
Oh, yeah.
and I think this is probably a pretty good approximation because of just how it is, just all
Yeah.
the architecture and the design of it. It's just really great. So they did a Rachmaninoff
Oh,
piano concerto, which is great because
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, he writes crazy piano parts.
Yeah.
And the guy doing it was great. They did a really good job. It was really nice, and people started cheering too much. He came out and did an encore piece, which was this. Her brother looked it up afterwards, and it was this prelude written by a friend of Rachmaninoff that was
Oh.
written for left hand only.
Oh.
And so he walks up there, and his other hand is just kind of hanging by his side, and he's doing this piece, and it sounds better than like what most people can do with two hands, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was pretty short and just a little extra
Yeah.
thing for everybody, and so that
That's
was
nice.
fun. But then what they had after the intermission was a Copland symphony,
Oh, yeah.
and it was really funny because like afterwards when we left, we were talking about it, and Chloe's mom and her brother were like yeah, I didn't really quite get into it until like the like last movement, everything kind of came together, and they asked me
Yeah.
what I thought, and I was like, well, I started crying right at the beginning.
Oh.
um
Which which one was it?
Number 3.
Okay. I,
um and I think what it was, I was thinking about it, and so Copeland kind of set the tone for like American classical music. He's
right.
kind of like the
Right,
first
right, right.
to like really establish a voice as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And I think like hearing it just makes you feel, it feels very innate, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine like if a Russian person was listening to Rachmaninoff, they'd probably have a similar experience because a lot of classical music is built off the folk music of whatever country.
Gotcha.
And so with Copland, it's built off American folk music, which being American just kind of is
Yeah.
ingrained.
And,
And it's really different too. Like though each piece had brass and woodwinds, but like in Rachmaninoff, it sounds very like regal and like
right.
triumphant. But in Copland, it's very like industrious and kind of brash, and it feels more metallic, and which I think feels more American.
Yeah. Well, and he can create that mood that we would find familiar because some of it's very lilting, but feels outdoorsy.
Yeah, yeah, that,
Somehow, like it just speaks well. And it's not like you haven't been exposed to that. That's probably one of the composers that was in heavy rotation
mhm.
throughout life, including there was a Mannheim Steamroller. What was it? Was Yellowstone? I think was what
Okay.
it was like a tribute to Yellowstone, and they were doing all these classical pieces,
Hmm.
and one of them was a Copland piece. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Um.
I started to cry.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. I kind of get a bit where they're coming from. Like it can sound kind of like home on the rangy
Yeah.
his stuff,
Yeah.
just because it's so much. It's been copied so much ever since then in like American
Yeah.
film.
Well, what was funny is, and it kind of taints it, but because we hadn't heard I think it's called Rodeo or something like that. There's
Mhm.
a piece that's very cowboy.
Yeah.
It's really good, but there's a advertising campaign, and the tagline was "Beef. It's what's for dinner," but the
Yeah.
music was Copeland. It's and
Yeah.
and so that little clip, and it's very very upbeat and everything, but all that you can think after they play as beef. It's what's for dinner. Like, oh
Yeah.
so
But yeah, it was good. I think it's the first time I've seen Copeland live. Like I've listened to
Oh,
recordings, but I think this is the first time seeing it actually performed, and
oh,
yeah, it was
cool.
great. One of the percussion guys had those like, it's like that party favor where you like spin it and it
Oh
clicks,
yeah,
but he had like a
yeah. Oh
professional
yeah,
one. It
yeah.
was great. It was really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I like his stuff a lot.
Hmm.
So very cool.
But
Very
yeah,
very
that's probably
cool.
about as patriotic as I'll probably ever feel.
Well, I can appreciate that very much. Very cool. I was speaking of all those things, and it's good that you're talking Americana too. So this is all going to
Yeah.
incorporate. It really is.
Yeah.
In a funny way, I I think about okay. So like I kind of alluded to,
Hmm.
I was thinking about food, and I've seen a few things lately that are really funny because there are some foods that we attribute to a certain country, but
Yeah.
they maybe didn't exist in that country until after we created them and attribute them to that country.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's really funny
Hmm.
that that uh, that can happen. I think that's funny, and I don't know what it really means, or uh,
Hmm.
it's kind of it's probably sad, and it's a symptom of colonialism,
Probably.
um, and is or capitalism,
Yeah.
because there's a whole series, let's say, like Chinese pottery that and various ones, but Japanese pottery, Chinese pottery, and others that are specifically made for export trade
Mm.
for years. For I mean, we're talking 1800s. They were doing this. That
Yeah.
they're like this authentic Chinese pottery, and it was, but it was made for the U.S.
Yeah. It was like made by
Yeah,
Japanese, but not for Japanese
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah. It's made for trade, and it says it on it
Oh, funny.
too. No, it's on the little, like, they'll have these little uh like stamps or whatever on the thing
Uh huh.
saying for trade, for I don't know if created, built, something, I don't know the wording, for trade. And so that was
Yeah.
always fascinating to me. It's like this was designed to look this way specifically for the palate of the country it's going to.
Mhm. Right.
And not designed by, because that happens. I mean, we have stuff made in China all the time right now,
Mhm.
but that's designed here, or some, and just contracted.
Yeah.
Um, so what I was thinking is, do you know what your, if I was, what would you say your mom's favorite food is?
I know she's talked a lot about funeral potatoes.
Okay, that's one of them. What's
Um,
some of, or let's say go-to foods? There's probably a small range, but what are some of her go-to types, or classifications, or
um,
what was it critical for us to have every Sunday after church? Like,
um,
not for dinner, just for the snack coming home.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Oh yeah,
so
pizza and
you're,
salad.
yeah, that too. And then I was thinking at first I was going to say something that you were born on, but you were born on sandwiches. So
Yeah.
Veronica was born on pizza, or incubated.
Right.
She's a product of fueled by pizza. Uh, but it got me thinking, because I've had some interaction with, and I'll tell you, maybe I can tell you some stories. It's always interesting to see where things come from. And
Hmm.
so I'm sure, and I am going to just, I'm talking about pizza today because I think it's a fascinating topic. And
Yeah.
it has, so the lore, and and I don't know if it's true or not, but it was always put out that pizza was the perfect food because because it had all the food groups in it. Because
Yeah.
you can make a pizza with all the food groups. It's like, I can understand that. And I'm sure that I had pizza before this memory, but one of my earliest memories is in Oregon
Hmm.
and in Portland area. So
Yeah.
we, and I don't know for sure, we went to a couple different places there, but we used to go to Spaghetti Factory,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was there, but it was similar because the Spaghetti Factory we went to was 2 stories, but on
Oh,
the inside,
uh-huh.
like you could see, there was an open to the next floor up, and it was in a
Hmm.
building, and it was downtown somewhere. I'm sure that it's gone, and
I don't know. There's still a lot of spaghetti factories around here.
oh, well,
So,
cool. Uh, I don't know if it was there, but something like that. And we had pizza.
hmm.
But and later on I found out more about it. But this was a double crust pizza,
Oh.
which so there was a crust on top too.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it blew my mind. And the one that we had pineapple in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in later years I was recalling this because I was small, and my mom was telling me it was kind of a hippie joint, and
Hmm.
that it was pineapple and like tofu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that. I
Yeah.
I freaking loved it.
So was
I
it
thought
kind
it
of
was
like a calzone, just not sealed,
no, it
or
was in a pan. It
but
was yeah, no, they do. It's a
it's
thing.
all sliced up and
Yeah, yeah, it's a thing. It's I guess it's more like a pie.
okay, that makes sense.
But and so years later, when
Yeah.
we first got married and I was working at Pizza Hut,
Hmm.
I used to come in. I used to come in early because I had a sense of responsibility and I wanted more hours. So I'd come in, I'd make the sauce, I'd make the dough, and I'd do all those things. But I'd take the personal pan pizza, and instead of putting the pan pizza dough in,
Hmm.
I'd put in the thin crust dough,
Oh,
inline it,
yeah.
put in a bunch of toppings, and then put a crust over the top and cook it. Send it through, and
Nice.
so you kind of pinch it like a calzone and do all that. And so that kind of started me on, hey, there's other different things.
Mm.
And so I kind of wanted to go through some firsts in my life, and if
Yeah.
you we so that was one of them,
Yeah.
and then again, I'm sure we had pizza at other places, you know, but
Right.
the next thing I remember, the significant thing, is that we were living in Tucson, and when I was in high school or something, and I don't know how I found out. I don't know. It's kind of funny that we did this, but we were getting advertisements for Little Caesars,
Hmm.
and it was kind of a new thing
Oh, yeah.
here. It was new here,
Okay.
new-ish. So it was early, almost mid 80s, but not mid 80s. So it was 83, 84,
Okay.
somewhere in there. And it was Little Caesars Pizza. And what it was is it was two pizzas
Hmm.
in uh in a sleeve. So it
Yeah.
was it was two pizzas side by side, and that you went and got it that way.
Okay.
It wasn't
Yeah.
two boxes, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the advertising was funny because the guys, it was always like that was the price. You got two. You couldn't buy one.
Right.
You always got two. And so there was like this guy that was, I'm honest. If I'm paying for one, I'm gonna get one. But no, you get two. I'm gonna pay for two. Then you get four. Or somebody trying to take on the bus and he's hitting people in the head because it's too big of a package.
Right.
Silly stuff. But it was new, and we'd never had it. And because we didn't know where one is, and then I found out that there was one way over here on the east side.
Hmm.
And what was funny is I can still remember. I think my mom was like, "Well, go check and make sure that you really get two pizzas for that price," like because it was just so new and odd and weird
Yeah.
that it would be like because it was like $7.99.
Wow.
Like nothing, like
Yeah.
right. And so we're like, that can't be right. She's like, go check. Like, is it really $7.99? You get 2 pizzas? Like, yeah, that's what it is. It's pizza. There you go. And so I had to go in and check.
Yeah.
It's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, the advertisement says it. And so
Wow.
and it was, by memory, it was over here where we live now. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
lived in the foothills on the west side,
Right.
and we drove over here. And by the lay of the land, I think it was on Speedway.
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. I think it was on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like where Broadway, after it crosses over Pantano and then goes up
Okay.
to where the little Walmart is. Yeah,
Right.
that's what it did. It was like, because that was the unique street through here. Is that one that goes up way over here. So I'm pretty sure that it's probably where that Walmart is, or the one just across was where it was.
Wow.
I have no idea, but
It's close.
roughly it's got to be right in there because that's what's old enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was interesting.
Mhm.
And then I started when we got to a couple of other ones that were happened in Arizona. So when you guys were younger, Linda went to school. Your mom went to school with a guy whose family owned a pizza chain, and she went to school with Barrows.
Oh,
The Barrows guy. Yeah,
Oh,
Barrows.
really?
Yeah. So she knew those guys, and it was it was in close to their house, was like one of the first ones. So that was wild.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, this is and so it's funny, the different characteristics. So that one's very thick, bready crust. And
Right.
and then the other one was and there's other ones like this, but Venezia's was an interesting one because they did a 26-inch pizza,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
like, it was always, and it was nothing. It was like $24 or something at the time.
Yeah.
And it was always a question of whether or not we were going to be able to get into the car because it was so huge. It was like roughly 3 feet by 3 foot box.
Right.
It was so, I don't know how much you remember that, but we used to get every.
I remember a lot of it.
It lives in legend.
Yeah. I just remember it had like a ton of those little pizza tables in it because it was just such a huge lid.
So huge. It's so ridiculous. And they're still there too. That one's, and it was funny because a lot of people there were certain families that we knew that they all worked there.
Cool.
Which I think it was kind of I don't know. It was a little sketchy, but it was a lot of fun. And we used to go sit there. We used to go, and then there was and so then we start getting into styles, right? So I didn't know. I just knew pizza was pizza. There was the thin crust I liked at Pizza Hut. There was Little Caesars, which was cheap. There was Pizza Hut, which seemed a little fancier, and then they did the pan pizza, which was interesting because it had the crunchy. Then there was Domino's, the old Domino's, not how they are now, that just was, you order a pepperoni because it was greasy and gave you heartburn guaranteed. And then we started, Barrows was that, and like, okay, where do these all come from, right? Where is this? So if you were to attribute a nationality to pizza, and what would you call it?
I mean, I think what I think about pizza, probably call it more New York.
Oh, that's good. A lot of people would call it Italian.
Yeah.
Right. And modern pizza is from like Naples and that area. Okay. So
yeah,
modern pizza, and that's in the 18th century, starts there, but it's more of a Mediterranean. It's a flatbread. And so what I was looking at is having a flatbread with toppings on it goes back to Persia, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. So
wow,
the concept of a flatbread with stuff on it is is not new.
Yeah.
But what it was, and this is what makes it really interesting, is that what we consider a typical pizza, which is tomato sauce and cheese,
Hmm.
America plays a big part in that because pizza in Italy didn't have tomatoes on it
Oh.
until those devil fruits from America made it back to Italy.
Mhm.
And then they did this whole thing with so the margarita
Yeah.
is basically the origin of tomato sauce
Right.
because it was a queen. So they pizza makers made a bunch of pizzas for the royalty,
Mm.
and they asked which one do you like best, and the one with tomato sauce and mozzarella and basil, the basil
Yeah.
was Queen Margarita's favorite.
Oh, fun.
So so it is something that is, while they attribute it to Naples, it wouldn't have been what it is without America being colonized.
Mm.
Because the tomatoes, every once in a while, they might have small, like cherry tomato type of thing, but tomato sauce wasn't ever used. Nobody ate
Wow.
it. They thought it was poison.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So do you know when and where the first pizza place was in America?
I don't.
You had a good guess.
Guessing, yeah, New York area.
Yeah. So, what is also interesting is that while it is fairly American idea,
Hmm.
fairly American as far as making it popular, it's also fairly 20th century.
Yeah.
So there was some maybe talk of it being done kind of on street corners or privately pre 1900, but
Hmm.
Lombardi's in New
Oh.
York City opened the first pizza restaurant in 1905.
Wow.
So distinctly 20th century was the first one. After that, it didn't go far, but it did spread to Coney Island. I guess there's a
Hmm.
one called Totonno's. I hadn't heard of that one, but then New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
So 1905, New York City, 1924 and 1925. So 1925 in New Haven, Connecticut, of all places.
Right.
And I think I don't know when it opened. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there's a reason. It's college town, right?
Right.
It's Yale University was there, and it's founded in 1701. Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's interesting because there are some other. So pizza outside of New York is New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
The other very important thing is
Yeah.
Louis' Lunch
Okay.
in New Haven, Connecticut. So that one, so New York owns pizza.
Hmm.
New Haven, Connecticut has a voice,
Yeah. Right.
but they also own the hamburger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Louis' Lunch created it
Nice.
in 1900. So they were already,
Wow.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
and Louis' Lunch is started in 1895.
Wow.
So I've been to some of these places. Okay. I don't mean to have a tangent, but Louis' Lunch, I don't think has changed since 1917 when it moved into it says it moved it in 1975, but I think they kept the same interior. And I know they kept the same ovens because the ovens, they're cast iron vertical gas broilers.
Whoa.
So they have a cage, they clamp in their special meat blend, and it cooks it upright.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And those are from 1898.
Uh-huh.
And the toast is made on a 1929 radiant gas toaster.
Cool.
And it's on toast, not on a bun.
Not on a bun.
So
Ooh,
anyway, that place feels like you are walking in. It says 131 years ago is when it started. It feels like 131 years ago. There's little small wood seats with little small tiny wood you can barely fit your food on it type of
Uh-huh.
thing. It looks like, I don't know, it just looks like ancient.
Wow.
It looks far older than what it is. So
Yeah.
anyway, but I digress. It's fantastic though. You have to experience it. Um, and it's cash only, so
Oh,
yeah.
fun. Cool.
So you have to be ready. Anyway,
Yeah.
so let's go back to so both New York and New Haven are similar. They're thin.
Hmm.
The big difference is how a couple of things, but Frank Pepe cooked theirs on coal fire ovens.
Hmm.
They still use coal fire ovens at most of the locations.
Wow.
It cooks it in under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like 700 degrees.
Hmm.
It's just, and it's crisp and it's amazing. And I was super glad they've got a few more locations. And so you don't have to try and park in New Haven, which is the worst thing ever. And, and you don't have to wait in line at the original Frank Pepe. You can go out to 20 miles away and actually get your dinner today.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it's amazing. And the other thing is they do Clams Casino,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
clams, bacon, a white sauce, amazing. And there's a bunch of different places around there. There's one which is really funny. The competitor with Frank Pepe is a place called Modern Pizza.
Okay. I think I've heard of
And
that one.
yeah, Modern started 1920s as well. It's not modern
Yeah.
anymore. But so just fascinating.
Yeah.
And how they, how the difference. So, and it really is a different, it's good stuff. And I've had a lot of variety. There's a place called just Bar
Mm.
in New Haven that's also really good. We went there one time and had a French onion soup pizza
Oh.
that I still can't get off my mind. And they
Yeah.
only make it every once in a while. You have to catch it. Like you have to
Wow.
be there on the day they decide to do it. But it is epically good. And
Mhm.
nowhere in the rest of the country have I ever seen Clams Casino on pizza. Nowhere in the rest of the country have I seen French onion soup pizza.
Yeah.
Just amazing stuff. The other thing that's funny is that a lot of the restaurants there call it spelled APIZZA, so
Right.
pizza, a
Pizza.
pizza. But apparently it's pronounced pizza. So that's funny too. It's like
A
it just
weird
messes.
thing.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
weird stuff. So
Yeah, they
then,
have one here that's like Pizza Shoals or is what
oh,
it's called.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's neat. I haven't heard of it outside of New Haven, so
Mm.
that's really cool.
I think the first time I had that style, like that New Haven style, there was a place in Eugene that we went to.
Oh,
Um, that I forget what it's called, but it was something a pizza
oh,
and
wow.
it was really good.
Yeah, it's. Did they cook it super hot? Like, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it
Oh,
had like all
wow.
the little charred spots on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so
Mm.
good. It's always good. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just we. So it's amazing. Do you remember Slices as well in
Oh, yeah,
Tempe?
and yeah.
Yeah. So that was supposedly Boston style, but
Oh,
it's still thin crust.
right.
Um, the other thing, and that's what Slices got me used to, or that I hadn't seen before, is that they have the pizza out, but then you order the slice,
Yeah.
and they throw it back in the oven,
Right.
and so that was fun. Um, just to before we leave New York, I asked. There's a guy here who went to New York for his mission, and I was like,
Mhm.
"What's the?" He went to Queens, Long Island, It's
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
where would you go? If I was like, I wasn't asking about pizza. It's just where would you go to eat if you were going back? He goes, I would go straight to Rosa's.
Yeah.
I walked in. It was they now they have the thing New York style,
Right.
but they also have Grandma Sicilian. It's varies Grandma or Sicilian.
Hmm.
It's square cut, a little bit thicker
Oh.
dough.
Hmm.
Uh, really good. But the roses, they push the envelope.
Uh-huh.
I had, I walked in one time, and they had a eggplant parmesan pizza
Ooh. Yeah.
with huge disc of eggplant parmesan.
Nice.
They had typical, pepperoni, whatever, cheese,
Hmm.
and then they had a cheese ravioli pizza, and I was like, well, what the heck? I'll get a slice of it.
Yeah.
It, I almost had to pull over. It was so good.
Whoa.
Because I got it, and I'm like, okay, I'll try this one now, and that was like, oh no, this is the how this should not, this has no right being this good.
Yeah.
So Rosa, and then you kind of learn things. If they like, are you going to eat it here or to go? It makes a difference.
Mm.
If you say to go, they cook it longer and get it hotter, which
Wow.
was really super bad because then I got they made a lasagna pizza,
Oh no.
and it was literally a slice of pizza that was a lasagna, a meat lasagna, and I put it into my mouth, and luckily I didn't. Luckily, it was the end of the day, and I was going to go to the hotel because it was super hot and super delicious, and it got all over me. And I did not care. And I was like, I should really wait. And then I just kept.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the garlic knots, which is like
Yeah.
6 of them for $2, and they're the butteriest garlic. Anyway, it's out of this
Hmm.
world. So, of course, New York is amazing. They're kind of famous for the dollar slice that's just garbage, and
Right.
but it's garbage on the level of it's still New York pizza. It's still, it's still like Little Caesars garbage style. You're still gonna eat it.
Still gonna
It's
be
still good.
fine.
So, uh, so of course we have Domino's, we have Pizza Hut,
Hmm.
Little Caesars. Those in other countries.
Yeah.
Um, let me put it this way: I had Little Caesars in Mexico, in Monterrey.
Oh. Okay.
Um, I don't know how they did it, but it was worse than it is here.
Oh no.
I think it was just I don't know. It was just like reheat. I think they cooked it yesterday, type
Oh.
of thing.
Okay.
It was. I don't know. It just got. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. It was fine,
Hmm.
but it's gross. Um, but the the king champion of all terrible transformations of pizza, both is Domino's and Pizza Hut in India.
Oh no.
Is the biggest fail I've ever seen in my entire life of any
Yeah.
corporate transformation. I mean, KFC is better in India.
Uh-huh.
Taco Bell is amazing in India. Subway is Subway everywhere. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
Burger King and McDonald's are at least interesting. They're
Hmm.
different, but they're at least interesting. Domino's and Pizza Hut, I just make me angry. I
Aw.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Um, but and when we had people come from India, like, oh, we don't like pizza. I'm like, yeah, I know why you don't like pizza. Now I'm going to show you what pizza really. So, so I wanted to cover some of the next iterations or
Okay.
other iterations. See if you've heard of them,
Hmm.
because these first ones. So New York style, New Haven style. New York style is really New Haven, Boston, Northeast. So
Yeah.
you can kind of call it Northeast style.
Yeah.
It did start in New York because that's where it's immigrant food. It was thought of as garbage food. It really is garbage food, and that's okay. I mean, it's
Right.
not. It wasn't. Things have changed a little bit, but it was garbage food. And so there's different styles. So we got Connecticut, those. Then there's, I'll go to some more well-known. So of course the next big style that comes around is Chicago style, right?
Yeah. Right.
And that's, that's a big debate on whether or not that's really pizza. And not just a casserole. So I've had it. Pizzeria Uno was a chain, but I think the one in Chicago is somehow different because they seem different. Anyway, that's what started it. That was 1943.
Okay.
The one that's more famous now, or I don't know, maybe there's a debate about that too, is Lou Monaldi's.
Okay.
And that started in 1971. So that started when I started. I don't know if you know about the construction of a Chicago style.
Yeah.
But it's kind of built upside down.
Right. Yeah.
So the bottom, it's built bottom up. You start with a layer of cheese. When they do a sausage, it's a whole layer. They just
okay. Yeah.
they just take a pile of sausage and smash it in. So you got cheese, you got the sausage. It's got a thick buttery crust, all the sauce on the top. We went to Chicago to see Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
We went and got a medium, and we ordered it. I went to go get it. I had trouble carrying it out to the car. It's the heaviest pizza I've ever got. And
yeah,
like I said, it was a medium. I'm pretty sure we didn't finish it. Like we had it for 4 days. You could eat one slice and it wasn't even a quarter. It wasn't an eighth. It was like it was like 10 slice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they had it in the hotel. There's 4 of us. We threw a few slices away by the end of our trip. It's so overwhelming. Maybe we got a large. I don't know. But we only got one. One pizza was too much for 4 people to eat in 4 days.
Yeah.
So just incredible. And then recently, I found out something I wasn't aware of in Chicago. I was going back there. I was staying overnight for a layover, and a coworker lives there. I was like, "Well, what suggestions?" And she goes, "You should have tavern style pizza." It's like, what's tavern style? Let me tell you. So it's cracker thin crust.
Yeah.
The toppings are out to the edge and it's square cut.
Right.
And it is brilliant. It's the best stuff ever.
Yeah.
So have you heard of it before?
I've heard of it. So there's like the home run in like frozen pizza that is tavern style.
Okay.
It is pretty good. It's really heavy too.
Oh, wild.
I don't know like how they do it. It's just like really heavy, but it is good. I mean I've only had it frozen.
Yeah.
From that, like that, but yeah.
It was pretty epically good. I don't know which one I went to, but there's 2 that debate each other as the best. I didn't care. I walked in, there was only a few people there. It was -10 outside and windy. I didn't care. It was going to be the best meal ever anyway, because I was going to freeze to death if it wasn't open. So it was amazing. Then, what are some other stuff? What other styles do you know of that are pretty popular?
Well, there's like the Detroit style.
Yeah. So technically, the deep dish pizza at Little Caesars is Detroit style. Right. And it kind of is. It's a adaptation of Detroit style.
It's like
so it's similar. If you've never had it, it's similar to the pan pizza that Pizza Hut made famous because it has the kind of bubbly crisp crust. Only they the dough raises in the pan, and it's even more airy and more crispy and more. The
Mm,
bite is so. I don't know. We went. So your mom and I were in St. Louis,
mm.
and
Yeah.
there's a place called Jets Pizza.
Okay.
Actually, they've come to Arizona, which is so. We went there, and it's a chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's sketch as heck. Even in the nice neighborhood, it's super sketchy.
Yeah.
It's it just feels like it's going to be garbage pizza, right?
Yeah.
But it is. So the thing about Detroit pizza, it's deep pan. There used to be, they were cleaned out car drip, oil drip pans from cars in Detroit.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
that's where they came. That's where the original
That's like a
pans.
square.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
a square. They cleaned them out and they cooked pizza in them.
Wow.
That was the original pan, and that's what it's based on now. And then the cheese is all the way to the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's
And
the
then won't they do like a little bit of sauce on top, like not a whole
yeah,
layer, but like a
yeah,
little
they
dollop or
there's
something?
a lines of sauce on the top. And that Jets pizza, it goes down what it is as far as my analysis. You know when you get the hot and ready Krispy Kreme, and they
Yeah.
just fly down your cuz they just disappear
Yeah.
when they're hot. That's what it's like. Those pieces are
Ye-
just so airy and crispy and delicious. You just and then you're full and you're just like I'm gonna die. But
Yeah.
they say it's a focaccia style. I think they kind of half bake the dough and then
Yeah.
so it's amazing. Jets is great.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it is. If you
Hmm.
go in there, you think this is somehow worse looking than Little Caesars. But
Yeah.
you come out with this they're amazing. The great pizza doesn't
Wow.
look like it is. Even the new restaurant here in Arizona, it doesn't seem like you're going to get what you ordered.
Yeah.
And yet,
Wow.
but it's really, really good. I can't say
Yeah.
enough about how good Jets is. They do have quality ingredients. It just doesn't seem like it.
Nice.
So,
They have a lot of Detroit style places here.
oh, cool.
Like and a lot of chain, like not like chains, but like multiple
Multiple.
locations. So there's Ranch, which is kind of close to us.
Oh,
And they have a ton of locations.
yeah.
And another one called Wild Child that also does at the Detroit like
Oh,
focaccia
cool.
style. It's always great.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a really good one.
That's awesome. And it's fun that you have exposure to it.
There's a lot of pizza here.
I think I'm always wondering, okay, so what if you had to think about it, what would you think is the reason for that? Cuz I'm always fascinated by just why would it be that way? And I have some theories, but I'd be interested just off the top of your head why you think you have a lot of pizza places there.
Yeah, top of my head would maybe be the like hippie takeover and a lot of weed here.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Easy munchy, you get your nutrients. Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much like every place here that does pizza pretty much will do it by the slice too. I don't know if it's
Oh, okay.
just like a more casual kind of thing, like something where you don't have to sit for a whole pizza. You can just get a
Yeah.
slice and go, and maybe it's a little more on the move, even though it doesn't feel like a very on the move
Yeah.
city.
Do you have a
I don't,
lot
yeah,
of let's say older, meaning not teenagers, working the pizza joint?
yeah,
So I have this the whole stoner thing. I feel like there's a whole group of people that live to be making pizza.
oh yeah,
And it's like their whole thing, and I think it's maybe it is the stoner thing, maybe it's but I always knew guys that like your life, this is what you want to do. I mean, this is what
yeah,
you're happy doing because it's low impact and you always have leftovers. You can always eat. You always,
hmm,
it's unique in that way.
yeah.
Um,
And maybe if it's if pizza was like kind of a garbage, poor food for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Portland's always been kind of a garbage
Yeah. Yeah.
crime city, except for like a little bit in the 60s and
Yeah.
70s when a bunch of hippies moved in.
That's
Um,
wild.
so maybe that.
Yeah. That's funny. I did find the definition of grandma pizza. Sorry. I just had to go back to it because it is from Long Island. And
Okay.
it's a thin square pizza, typically with cheese and tomatoes. It is more like a home baked pizza.
Hmm.
That's why it's square like that. So anyway, it
Is that
is.
what you would like? Did you know you were doing that, or is that kind of an unintentional thing when we would make pizzas at
Yeah, I
home?
didn't know. Did
We'd always make them
did
in the like baking sheets and
right? Didn't know till I went to Rose's.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen Sicilian style, which
Uh-huh.
is square and cut into squares, but that's slightly different. And
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody does it. It was just what it was at a particular restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't remember the restaurant.
Yeah. It must not be a common idea because like I made pizza for a bunch of people in college one time, and I made it in the baking
Yeah.
sheets like that, and everyone's like, why are you doing that? I've never seen anyone cook a pizza that way. It's like,
Uh,
trust me, it'll be good.
yeah, yeah. That's really funny. Um, we went to where did we go? I'm trying to remember what because I've had this too. So other places are the St. Louis style.
Okay. I don't know
And
if I know that one.
yeah, it's a thin crust, uh, and what it makes it distinctive is they use Provel cheese instead of mozzarella.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard
Yeah,
Provel cheese
which
before.
is let me see, white processed cheese.
Hmm.
So it says the combination of cheddar, Swiss provolone, and liquid smoke.
Oh, gross.
Uh, yeah, yeah, it's kind of
Interesting.
weird that that's the thing. I think we
Uh-huh.
had one with that on it. I don't when we were there
Hmm.
one of the times. They're always and that one's square cut too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so where was I? There was so we've covered Chicago, Detroit. I think those are the big I think like thin crust New York style is
Hmm.
pervasive.
Yeah.
Chicago style is, that's where the debate is. The cracker thin, I think that's pizza. Also, their thin crust, I think, is a ripoff of the Tavern, and
Oh,
Pizza Hut
yeah.
is from the St. Louis area. Is where
Okay.
they started. So Southern Illinois and St. Louis would be, associated there. So they would have picked up on the Tavern style, and that's probably what
Hmm.
they're ripping off. So their Pizza Hut is making their version of Tavern style, their version of Detroit style, which they call pan pizza. They're,
Hmm.
and they have a hand toss. So,
Yeah.
they're
They're just doing
trying,
everything.
they're doing everything. Yeah, they're just versions. So they're kind of bringing you styles, but just their version of that style.
Yeah.
So I think anywhere you go, that's pretty much what you're going to run into,
Yeah.
and unless somebody's doing a specialty. And then there are other. So that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say, surprisingly, one of the better places I've. So of course in the U.S., I also had an amazing pizza by some people from. I think they're from Naples. Might have been yeah, I think they're from Naples, in London.
Oh, yeah.
Which my coworker found it. I never would have gone.
Hmm.
It was fantastic. They had a wood fire oven in the restaurant. The restaurant could have fit in our front room. It was this
Yeah.
narrow, and they had big long, like 10-foot long pizza things, poles or.
Oh,
It was crazy. Maybe that was maybe I'm mixing up some, but they had the things up in there, and they were getting the pizzas out, and they were putting them out.
yeah.
It was, and you're just crammed in there, and it was fantastic. So,
Cool.
um,
Yeah.
so those are all good. And then, and I didn't realize that this person was credited with this, but do you know where, as told by the critics, where is the best pizza in the country? Who makes the best pizza, hands down, or is attributed the best pizza in the U.S.?
I don't think I know. Um,
Oh, that's too bad. I've been to the restaurant. It's Pizzeria Bianco
oh, okay.
in
They
Phoenix,
have it.
Arizona.
Oh.
Uh, Chris Bianco start came up, just started making pizza, and what he did when he started is he changed how pizza is by
Hmm.
focusing on local ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on good ingredients.
Yeah.
Um, and so I did watch a little, it's not really a documentary. There's a series where they're going through different pizza makers,
Mm-hmm.
but he's the first one
Ooh.
that they cover for good reason. And I knew it's amazing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hands down. People wait for hours to get into the original location. It's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom and I went before it blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, we just knew we'd heard it was a good place. We went there. We got a little salad, got a margarita pizza, and it was great. It was like $20, which
Mm-hmm.
we thought this is how could this be? Because it was gourmet.
Yeah.
But he uses heritage wheat that's grown
Mm.
in Arizona.
Yeah.
He uses purified water, not tap water.
Okay.
He uses a bunch of other ingredients. The tomatoes are grown in Arizona. Everything that he possibly can get is local.
Mm.
And then he created one that is he just so he started this revolution of untraditional toppings on pizza,
Mm.
which funny enough is really 2,000-year-old style of pizza
Yeah.
that had but and then he does the crust a certain way, he does the cooking it a certain way, has the oven, he he makes the mozzarella,
No. Yeah.
which he learned from a place in New York that's famous for making mozzarella. He worked for the guy, and then
Wow.
he's born in New York. He Long Island, all that. Brooklyn, I
Mm-hmm.
think, is where he grew up. And then he dropped out of school. He just had to go do something. He goes kind of on a lark. He came to Arizona, to Phoenix. He started
Yeah.
making mozzarella in his apartment and trying to sell it to local restaurants.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
this this bootleg mozzarella, but
Right.
it was the recipe from the guy in New York that's super famous, and he learned how to make it, and he makes the
Yeah.
little ball by hand, and then it's his it's just it's just amazing, and he's the one that is credited with bringing pizza into this gourmet status, into this untraditional
Mm.
toppings, into what seems not boring but normal nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the places you've taken us in Portland are weird. You can get weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's not, pepperoni sausage. The weirdest thing they have is anchovies.
Yeah.
It's everything,
Right.
figs, whatever, and it's just an interesting. I thought as I'm thinking about culture, I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
that for example, when your mom and I travel, it's a bad trip for your mom if we don't have pizza in the the first night. Um,
Yeah.
uh, and it's just because it's comforting, it's
Mm-hmm.
familiar, it's consistently an exciting thing, uh,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you. I just don't know why we keep trying new pizza restaurants, but we do,
Yeah.
and somehow each one of them is something new and different and exciting. And sometimes it's not quite as good, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
um, we
Yeah.
we found some even in El Paso, you know, we found
Mhm.
some that were just. We've gone a couple times too. It was really good. You know, it's
Nice.
um,
Yeah.
and and really worth the experience. Now, of course, I would say if you have the means and you have the opportunity, you need to go to Frank Pepe's. You need to go to New York anywhere.
Yeah.
You need to go to New Haven anywhere. You need to go to Pizzeria Bianco.
Hmm.
Uh, and if you hit all of those, it probably should go to Luminaldi's because it's amazing. It's maybe not pizza, but it's amazing. it's listen, the lasagna pizza at Rosa's was like halfway between Chicago style and it's like a thin crust Chicago style lasagna. Uh,
Yeah.
Legendarily amazing. So you got to go to Rosa's on Long Island. You got to go to something on Manhattan because
Yeah.
it's and whenever you meet up with somebody, they may not like seafood, they may not like burgers, you know,
Hmm.
there may be, maybe don't like Chinese food or Mexican, Mexican food's too spicy. It's really hard to find somebody that doesn't at least have a favorite pizza place.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've met anybody that doesn't like at least some kind of pizza.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
it
think I'd want to meet someone
yeah, I
who
don't,
doesn't.
yeah, yeah. And I don't and what's interesting, and this is what was kind of funny with when we were when your mom was pregnant with Veronica is that it didn't matter as long as it was pizza. We had some of the best we've ever had. We had Little Caesars, frozen French bread pizza, Totino's little crappy pizza.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. And I have a for pretty much every single version you can come up with, from the cheapest uh, dollar frozen pizza to
Hmm.
Bianco's.
Yeah.
I have a love for each and every level.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
I think it's really important. I think like people who say they like food but then are always like really judgmental about like lower quality
right.
food, I don't think really like food.
Yeah. That
Cuz
yeah.
I mean it's the same as like, how do you know you're happy if you've never been sad?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you know you're having really great pizza if you don't know what bad pizza is
Right.
like? And
Yeah. And that even in Utah, there's a place
Mhm.
called the Pie that's a whole different thing because it's
Yeah.
super big and heavy and you know overwrought and pretty amazing too. So we
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
this was like the early '90s. We really felt like there was no reason to eat food in Utah when we lived there, other than fry
Uh-huh.
sauce. But
Yeah.
then we had the pie, and it made it worthwhile.
Yeah. I think that's the only
So,
pizza I've ever had in Utah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. They did good. That was also the restaurant that introduced because it was very early on. It was that was the introduce that introduced us to having ranch on pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the first place we had it, and
Funny.
it was amazing. So yeah, so you can thank Salt Lake City for the mainstay of ranch on pizza. So, but I just thought it's a good slice of not to excuse the pun, but it's a good slice of American culture to talk about pizza. The only the one I have seen that I want to try but not really is there's somebody that does I think it's I don't know, it's like 5 pounds of pepperoni
It's too
that they
many.
grill up and then just pour it onto the pizza
Yeah.
and you get it and it's just nothing but pepperoni.
Mhm.
That looks messed up.
Yeah.
and I still want to try that one too. So
Yeah. Yeah. I really like pizza. I think I'm glad I live where I live because It's just
Yeah.
abundant with pizza. And there's a there's this like TikTok and YouTube videos, like political ones.
Right.
But he moved from Portland to Seattle, and like a couple weeks after he was in Seattle, he was like where do people get pizza here? Like I could throw a stone from my window and hit like 3 different pizza by the slice places, and I can't
Right.
find anything here.
Man, I don't know what's the deal with Seattle. I'm really getting turned off about going there
Yeah.
because it's like, where are you going to eat if there's not pizza places where?
Yeah. I don't know. I maybe just have to go to Seattle sometime with somebody who knows it, but like
Yeah.
going there by ourselves, if you're not getting, at least $1 million a year,
Yeah.
you probably we won't find a good place to eat because
Oh, that's funny.
there's like fast food and then like, 8-course meal places.
That's a really weird environment there.
Yeah. It's probably all the tech bros and stuff, and
that could be.
you can afford that. But
yeah. Well, that's wild. That's really cool.
There's other fun parts about it besides the food, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, pizza's great.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I'm coming in.
Well, excellent. So thanks for letting me go on this journey.
Yeah,
as I was taking notes about this, I was watching the thing on Chris Bianco, and it's really heartwarming as well. So yeah, I'd recommend that too, just as a side thing. Look for a pizza thing on Netflix, and it talking about Pizzeria Bianco or Chris Bianco. So
yeah,
just
nice.
a legendary, cool guy.
That'll be fun to watch. I like people care about their pizza.
Yeah.
And when I was in Rexburg, there's a pizza place that opened called Righteous Slice, and I was reading about his whole deal.
Oh.
And the guy like went to pizza school.
Oh.
I think in Italy, like in Naples or something, and had this like custom made oven flown in from Naples that had like all the tile made there.
Oh, wow.
And he like grew his own tomatoes, and like I don't know if it makes a big difference, but he grew it in soil from Pompeii.
Oh, gee.
And I remember going there the first time. It's like, this is too good for Rexburg.
Yeah.
Like people here are not going to appreciate it, and I think they're still doing okay. But
oh, that's good. Yeah, you worry about that, outclassing your market sometimes. Yeah. The place sitting where it sits in the middle of Phoenix, it's always going to be It's always going to be, successful.
Yeah.
Well, this is it's been a fun journey about pizza, and you've been listening to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast, and this has been Aaron Mason,
and I'm Max Mason.
And thanks for listening, and go eat pizza.
Yeah. Bye.